As I've been going through this last week trying to figure out what to put out on Christmas Day, I had a lot of ideas, but none of them really felt right. This year has been a lot for me, here on the channel, personally, and in my full-time job. So I'm going to take this time to do a State of the Steve, similar to a State of the Union. I'm dropping this with a little warning, which also prevents folks from drafting rebuttals well before you hear what I have to say. I'm also going to touch briefly on 2022 before I close out 2023. 2022 was a straight-up banner year for the channel. Massive growth, view counts that I'm trying to replicate now, and new subscribers coming in faster than I could keep track. No kidding, around 45% of my channel's video views and 30% of my subscribers came from 2022 alone. I think I set some modest goals for myself this last year, and while I succeeded in some spots, I know I came up short in others. 70,000 watch hours this year is good, but I'll at least subconsciously compare every year to 2022 until I surpass those numbers. I didn't formally post my 2023 channel goals in January, and they weren't much different from the goals I set for myself in 2022. The main difference was the sub goal of 3,300, which I surpassed this year. I posted a lot more on the community page and engaged with comments more. I was able to do some work on the SEO for channel content, but it is a slog to edit and update nearly 2,000 videos. Once again, I was not able to do a video with another creator, but I'm always maintaining that hope it'll happen one day. Promoting the channel more on social media is always a goal of mine, but with Twitter seemingly in a spiral, I'll need to either embrace shorts or start using TikTok. I'm hesitant to do either, as I'm so used to doing video in the standard horizontal format and have no clue how to adapt what I have to those platforms. I started out 2023 continuing my Anno 1800 playthrough and giving Aquatico a try, but both those games didn't bring in the views I've been hoping for. And for some stupid reason, I just kept going with both of them all the way until March when I decided to go back to the well with more Surviving Mars. It was in April when I started doing Eagle Moss unboxing videos. Those don't play well with those who like the Surviving Mars content, but it was something to have in the schedule that wasn't just a computer screen and filled the gap left by the presumed cancellation of the Rooster Teeth Animated Adventures, which hasn't posted a new episode since the end of June. I do still plan on getting those classic ones onto my channel, but some of them are very time consuming, and finding the source audio and having the edits make some sort of sense. Railway Empire 2 was definitely a surprise for me in May, as the first two videos of that game brought in the most views of the year, more than the first episodes of the 3 Surviving Mars series that I did this year. Surviving Mars was again a mainstay on the channel for most of the year, but I think we all saw toward the end of the year that the series is wearing thin on me. I've been playing the game since it launched in 2018 and don't see a lot left with the game unless I dive deep into the modding scene. I rolled out SteamWorld Build in December as a potential replacement, but that doesn't seem to be panning out so far. City Skylines 2 will make a return soon, but I've been waiting for some patches to be rolled out before I went any further with the game. One word that keeps cycling in my head as I look back at this year as a whole is efficient, and I feel that has been my biggest shortfall as of late. I haven't been efficient with my time. Efficient, of course, meaning capable of producing desired results with little or no waste. I perceive a lot of waste in my day when I should be working on things. Case in point, as I'm working on this script at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, I could be listening to music that would help with some stories that I haven't touched on in months or even years. Instead, I'm listening to Paramount Plus on my iPad watching old TNG episodes. When not recording, my life has gotten much more complex. My wife and I welcomed another daughter in September, and that's been an adjustment taking care of her and her older sister. Of course, going into winter, it'll be harder to keep a toddler with seemingly limitless energy occupied while not sticking her in front of the TV. I want to be efficient with my time while taking care of my family while somehow keeping some energy left over for myself at the end of the day. Being there for my daughters also means I won't have as much time to make content as I did before. Work is ramped up, but it's also taking a toll on me. I moved into a higher salary position in my company back in July, and now that I'm fully onboarded in that role, I know my efficiency has faltered. One reason that content fell off in December, besides half of my house coming down with RSV, was that I felt so behind at work that I was logging into work at the time I'd usually be recording for YouTube and working close to 12-hour days just to keep up. I've already talked with my immediate boss about my concerns, and I have his support and access to resources to get myself more efficient as long as I don't burn myself out. Speaking of, I had multiple instances of burnout this year, including one that landed me in the emergency room for a combination of exhaustion and a stomach bug that laid me out for a few days in the summer. Trying to maintain the schedule I set for myself during my rebranding a few years ago has been one of the biggest challenges as of late. I've been an aspiring writer and screenwriter for years, and eventually will gain the courage to publish my work. I'd say right now that I have 3 novels and 1 screenplay in some sort of development that all need finishing, and I want to start giving those projects attention as well. So here are the goals I'm setting for myself and the channel in 2024. First off, reach 4,000 subscribers. This one's fairly reasonable considering I'm already above 3,600 subs right now. If I blast past this goal relatively fast, I'll establish a stretch goal to take its place. Second, focus on quality of content above quantity of content. This means I'll likely stop putting out content on a daily basis. I'll reach out to Paige, the woman who made my channel graphics during the rebranding, to get some updated headers and whatnot and make sure everything looks nice and neat. Third, the forever goal, do a collaboration video with another creator. I'd love to introduce another creator to his audience while getting an introduction to theirs, and I do think that eventually I will have that opportunity to do a video with another creator, so I'm always going to keep this one on here. Fourth, continue SEO work on the videos. There actually was a period of time when I wasn't putting tags in my videos, and I need to complete that process so older content can be found by a new audience. Number 5, get early access to a video game as sponsored content. Pretty sure this was an unofficial goal last year, but I'm going to make it an official goal going into 2024. Number 6, do a video essay of some sort. This goal kind of meshes in with goal number 2 in doing the research and making a quality video for folks like you to watch. Unrelated to the channel, I do also want to finish one of my writing projects in 2024. Of those projects I mentioned earlier, 2 are murder mysteries, while the third would be best described, I guess, as a YA novel. I'm also working on a coming-of-age screenplay that takes place in the early 2000s when I was in high school. If I get the screenplay done, I'll probably submit it to one of those screenwriting competitions that are out there. If I get one of the novel drafts done, I'll have to find an editor and hopefully work on getting that published eventually. Admittedly, I was thinking about playing a holiday map on Sid Meier's Railroads or a Surviving Mars challenge here for Christmas Day, but after seeing another channel's take on this type of annual recap, I was inspired to do my own. Y'all have been a huge comfort and morale boost to me this year. I read all the comments and track the metrics of how my videos do, and I want to keep growing the channel. Whether you've been here since the earliest days of Empire at War, my Command & Conquer phase, Star Realm, Surviving Mars, or the Aftermath, Anno, the RTAA and sources, thank you for your support over the years and in 2023, here's 2024, and beyond.